Happy Flossmas, everyone. It's Monday, December 14th. And as promised, I thought I would start in the garden with a little bit of show and tell. You can see my large Christmas cacti, or actually Thanksgiving cactus, is getting ready to bloom. We just have a couple blooms there, but I do have a few more popping out. So I'm really looking forward to that. I hope that it will have more blooms whenever this one always seems to start with a couple blooms and then it goes into a more of a full bloom later on. Then I have over here my red one that I've shown you many times before. It is still blooming. One is actually just finishing up here. You can see it's pretty much on its last leg. But my yellow one, my small yellow one, is actually blooming. So I'm really happy with that. I always love the yellow ones. I got the yellow ones on Amazon, so you can find the yellow cacti on Amazon since they are a little bit more rare and you don't often see them in the grocery stores or nurseries. But the big thing that I wanted to show you today is Lemon Watch. They are getting more yellow and excited to see how much longer this is going to take. We still see there is still some more green on there. So looking forward to that. It's still hard as a rock as well, so I would not want that thrown at me. But that is my lemon tree. It's still hanging on, doing all right, I think. But and then also this red Christmas cactus, or actually I'm sorry, I keep saying Christmas, it's a Thanksgiving cactus. It's definitely much more loaded with blooms, and it has, well, it's more of a pink, I guess, than a blue, but it is coming along nicely. And the thing I really wanted to show you is I was getting super worried about my amaryllis not going to bloom this year since I'm trying to carry them over from last year. But you can see right there is a bud coming out. So that is exciting. That is also the first one that bloomed for me last year. That is I want to say it's called a Christmas Star amaryllis, but I could very well be wrong. And the other ones, other than this one, I know is one of the, I think this one's the terracotta one that I have. All these over here in the set of 3, I have no clue which one's which. So that's going to be exciting to see whenever they do bloom what that looks like. So that is my amaryllis. You can see those ones there have some babies coming. They have some small bulbs down in there. This one has 2. Whereas this one has 1. So I'm probably going to have to split those after this coming year. I'm going to give them a little bit more time to grow and mature, and then I will split them off into their own pots. So that is my flowers. Here is my Japanese holly, and as you can see, it is dropping leaves. I'm hoping that is just a normal chain of events for this one, because you can see it is still growing brand new shoots, which I do need to trim off, and I won't do that until spring. But it also has, unless it's, yep, see right here, it is growing blooms. It's going to bloom again. So that is always fun to see. It blooms and then it has small berries. I don't know if this time it'll have a berry or not. Last time it bloomed, it just bloomed and that was it. So we'll see if it produces some fruit. But anyways, I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to go back to my computer and we will go ahead on with our regular Flosstube Flossmas update. I hope you have your coffee or your drink or whatever you are drinking right now. I decided to go ahead and make a pot of coffee. Well, I guess I need to put it in view. And I decided to get out my Pea Cup since I talked about it yesterday. So here is my Pea Cup I got for Christmas a couple years ago. It's a hot, fresh cup of coffee, so you can see it's still steaming. And it's 5 o'clock. So hopefully I will have enough energy to get through the rest of the night. I was yawning all day at work today. I don't really know why, other than I did stay up last night to watch the Steelers, and it wasn't over until about 11:30. We're not going to go there, but I kind of had a feeling that that was going to happen. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Yahoo Sports or CBS Sports or wherever you get your sports updates, and you'll understand why I'm talking about that. All right, so Peacock. Not a whole lot of progress to show you today. I kind of figured that might be the case. I did want to get a whole lot of knitting done on that scarf, so it is complete. I will show you that here in a second. And then I did a teeny tiny bit of stitching right after I was done talking. No, right at the beginning of the football game. And then I kind of just wasn't in the mood. And I'm going to be frankly honest. I don't know if I'm going to get anything done at all tonight. I'm not really feeling in the mood. So maybe after the coffee kicks in, I'll have some more energy. But until then, I don't know. I have the oven on. It is an extremely dreary, cold, wet day out. It's been raining all day today. We have a potential winter storm coming for Wednesday into Thursday. So everyone's like all hyped out like, oh, are we going to have a snow day? Is it going to be like a foot of snow? And then there's other people that are like, it's going to rain. So we really don't know, because right now we're like, where I live is always in the line of it could be this or it could be that. But we really don't know until we get it. So we'll have to wait and see. I was saying I have the oven on because I'm going to throw in some chicken breasts to make for the rest of the week and tonight's dinner. I have some white rice soaking, so I can make that in my rice cooker. And I'm going to try to have a fairly healthy meal tonight. I packed a lunch today, like I said I was going to last night. And I took my salad, and I forgot to take salad dressing. So I didn't have a salad for lunch today. It's one of those days. Okay. So let's go ahead and hop right on into the progress that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the video that I put there at the beginning of the clip there on some of my plants. That's just a few of the plants that I showcased, primarily the Thanksgiving cacti that I have that are in bloom. I'm gonna, throughout the rest of the month, like I said, I will still continue to show you a few more, and hopefully you'll enjoy those parts of the videos. So here is my scarf that I was working on. Thank you all for the comments on if blocking is beneficial for 100% acrylic. Apparently it's not, so I'm not going to worry about doing that. So here is the finished scarf. So I went ahead and bound it off. I did the Super Jenny Surprisingly Stretchy Bind Off, or whatever that's called, just because that's what I've been doing on socks. I think it turned out, I like the look of it on this one. This pattern calls for a different kind of bind off that I was never ever really able to do. So I didn't really do it. And I wanted to have one that kind of matches the other one. And I think it looks pretty good for a close match. It's not perfect, but I think it does the job. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Here is the scarf in all of its glory. There is a mistake in there, but I'm not going to show that to you because it's irrelevant. And I think it looks pretty nice, and it's really super soft. So I'm really excited about how this feels and looks. I think the recipient will really enjoy it, and if not, oh well, it's acrylic. So, but there we go. So that is my scarf. That is number like 1, 2, 3. This is scarf number 5 for the year that I've knit. 4 like this, 1 like a different pattern. So there we go. And what's even more exciting about that is that's 3 skeins of yarn that is now used up, that I've had laying around for a couple years now. So I'm happy that I'm using up the yarn that I have laying around. Coffee break. That's a little hot still. Okay. So during the football game, which I almost didn't even watch, I went ahead and pulled out something I haven't worked on since spring. And I think I showed it once here before. And this is another project that I'm using up yarn that I've had laying around for a while. So here is the project that I'm working on. It is the Rocky Mountain Shawl, Rocky Mountain Spring Shawl. And it calls for eco hemp yarn, but I'm not doing the hemp yarn. I'm just using what I have in my possession. You can see it is a shawl that has lace work on it. So that's something that drew me to this pattern, because it uses fingering weight yarn and it's lace weight. So I'm really digging this one. I am doing this. Let me pull out the yarn that I'm doing so I can show you what I'm working on with. I am working with, I think this is called Evergreen. I could be very wrong with that. And then this is Thinly Heather. And these are both Knit Picks yarns in the palette line. So these are palette fingering weight yarns. And that is the colors I chose to use. So this is the main color. This is the lace color. And here is the progress so far. So last night I went ahead, well, let me just show you what I have done so far. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. So, and it's really hard to see because it still needs to be blocked and everything. But I had everything up to this last white band done before. So last night I did this white band, and then I did this row of eyelet, these garter eyelets. So this is basically 1/2 of the way done. I say that loosely because it's 1/2 of the pattern done. I think there's like 2/3 of the pattern of the knitting to go still, because the rows are getting longer and longer and longer. But I'm hoping that when it's all done, I'm getting a little worried that it's, I mean, I know there's still going to be a lot of stretch to it, but it still seems kind of small. So there is, and I'm sorry that you can't really see the lace all that well. It'll look a lot better once it's blocked. But I'm really enjoying it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I have to do this band of lace, and then I do the eyelets again. Every section has eyelets around it. And then I do the white, which is just stockinette stitching. And then I have to do, you know, there's 3 more bands of lace. So 1 of each, just like this. If I need to, I might, if I think it's not big enough, I might do a 3rd set of each band, but we'll have to wait and see what it looks like after the next 3 bands are done. So that's the back. That's the front. So that is the shawl that I am working on. I'm just working on it. I have no intended recipient of this, because obviously I'm not going to wear the shawl. But, you know, it's always good to have things like this that you can always gift away and of the such. Okay. Let me put that away, because I don't think I'm going to work on that tonight. But I was really happy to pull that out and work on it again. I do enjoy working on that one, because it's different. It's not just straight stockinette stitch. It's not straight garter stitch. It actually has some variation in it. Okay, let me make sure I put my pattern back the way I had it so I don't get lost. And finally, my stitching that I did last night. So again, I am working on the Queen's Sampler by Plum Street Samplers. It is the Elizabeth I pattern, and there is what it will look like when it is done, kind of. And here is my progress to date. And you're going to be like, you did progress on this? There we go. Oh, let me get the... So I did the white in around the cross here. There we go. Now we can see. So I did the white here and the lace, I guess, of her dress, and then I did her face, her skin, and then the angel wings or whatever you want to call this on this the white around there, or I guess it's not white, it's cream. But that is what I did last night. And then I was like, I don't want to stitch anymore. So this one might be put away for a little bit. I don't know. I'm in no hurry to finish this one up. This is on a 40 count linen called Old Linen by XJU Designs, and it's 1/2, which means it's 1 strand of floss over 2 strands of the linen. So there we go. That's all the progress I have for you. And again, I don't know how much I'm going to get done tonight. And then, of course, whenever I get home from work tomorrow, I will film. So I might have some progress. I might not. I might have to come up with some other creative things to talk about because I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And I know I told you guys I was going to show you a piece that's on 46 count linen, and I didn't pull it out tonight. So I will make sure I do that for tomorrow. So that's at least something I can talk about tomorrow. So until I see you all tomorrow, I hope you all have a wonderful night. Happy Monday. Happy Flossmas, and as always, don't forget to always be creative.